Welcome to the 6th video tutorial for the Skyrim Creation Kit, Basic Encounters. Level designer Darrell Brigner is here to guide us as we basically learn how to place creatures and characters in the world and tell them what to do. Let's get started.
The first actor we'll place is a fire necromancer. We'll place him in the second room of your dungeon. The first room here is the one the player loads into. You don't normally want to put an enemy in here because the player will be getting attacked right as the screen's coming back from a load or something, and it's just not a good idea. In the second room here, we'll place one actor. It'll be an LVL Warlock Fire. Make sure you have actors and then actor selected here. You could also just do all. That filters by everything. So if we go to all, you'll see the same thing is showing up here. So I'll go back to actor though, just so we know we're only filtering by that and not statics or doors or something. So if it's filtered by LVL Warlock Fire, and then click and drag in LVL Warlock Fire right in here. There we go. Now we have our actor in here, our Warlock. If you just loaded the game now, this guy would probably be wandering between furniture points. He'll sandbox, but he won't wander. He won't go to this random point or this random point and walk around. He'll only wander around between patrol markers or idle markers or something like that. So he'll probably use if this is what you want to do, that's fine, but what he'll do is he'll randomly use this alchemy table, or he'll go sit down at this bench, but that's all. Those are his two options right now in here. But what we want him to do is use this alchemy table 24/7. If you come into this room, he's always using it. If you sneak in, you can sneak up behind him while he's using it, and slit his throat or something, whatever. So what we want to do in order to make him use this all the time is double click on the reference, the LVL Warlock Fire reference, go to the linked ref tab and double click on a blank space here. Click select reference in render window and then double click the alchemy table marker, which is either this part up here or the actual marker, which is showing you where the actor will stand when using this furniture. So we'll double click it. You see we selected it in here, click OK and then OK, and see it drew a line between our actor and his first patrol point, which is this alchemy table. Now double click the alchemy table, and how this works is go to patrol data, make sure it's checked, yours will be unchecked, check it, and then set it to at least 1 second. And the reason we can do this here is, click OK, is that this guy this is his first patrol point and it's his only patrol point. If you didn't put any patrol idle time data on it, he would have walked up to it, used it, and then backed out of it, and that'd have been it. But since we put 1 second or more on it, and it's his only point in the patrol path, he'll go up to it and use it forever. And the reason this works is he's got a default master package on him. Most LVL actors and encounter actors in Skyrim have this default master package list. And this allows us to set up simple patrols very easily. So in this case, all this guy's going to do is going to walk up to the alchemy table and use it forever, which is fine. But our next one is going to do a little bit more of an elaborate patrol, but still not too complicated. So go to your next room, your third room over here. And what we're going to do here is drop in an LVL Warlock Frost. You really can use whatever you want, but I'm going to use Warlocks. Frost. Drop him in. There we go. And now we're going to use something a little different. So now we will use the all. Click down here. Keep your filter up here, what's typed in. Click all. And now that we're filtered by all, we can type in, make sure to type fast. If you don't, then it'll filter by your first key press, and then it'll redraw the whole thing here with whatever is, we're going to do patrol idle. And if you would have hit the P first and not typed the whole thing out, you would have been sorted by everything with P in the name, which is a lot of stuff in the game, which takes a while to render, to draw on this page. So type patrol idle, and you'll see I have a patrol idle marker. So drag that in and drop it right in front of the bookcase here. There we go. Now if you look close, you'll see there's an origin point on this marker. That's where the actor will stand in the patrol, or as close as he can to this. So as it looks right now, it looks like the patrol idle marker is embedded into the bookcase, which it is, but the actor is only going to stand right there, which the size of the actor we're going to use is about probably this big of a radius, so it's fine. So we'll place a patrol idle marker there, and we'll also put one up by this bookcase over here. So in order to do that, just click on this one, down here, hit Control C, and then move your mouse over here where you want this, the center of it to be, and hit Control V, and you'll paste a patrol idle marker there. Rotate it into place with the right, drag and hold the right mouse button. There we go. Now, what we're going to do is have our actor, our Frost Warlock, path between this patrol idle marker, this throne, which sometimes right now it looks like I have this selected, but I don't actually have the banner selected. The banner selection is pretty big for some reason. So remember, you can hit D to unselect stuff if you need to. But if you want to make sure you don't accidentally select this when you're going to put up the linked ref, hit 1 twice to hide that, and now we can easily get to the throne here. So let's double click on our Frost Warlock, go to linked ref, double click in the blank area, and then click select reference and render window and select the patrol idle marker. There we go, hit OK, and we have that link set up. Next, link in the chain, double click on the patrol idle marker, go to its patrol data, and this is how long we want the actor to stand in front of the bookcase. Usually this is best not to be below 10 seconds, because if an actor stands there below 10 seconds or even like, you know, up to 15 seconds, it looks sort of funny sometimes, like how short of an amount of time they stand somewhere. So I'd set it to around 12 or 13 or something like that. I'm gonna do 13 for this one. And then this patrol item marker in front of the bookcase will connect to the throne over here. So double click in this one, double click on the throne, and now we have our patrol set up from the bookcase, patrol idle marker to the throne. And then double click the throne, do the same thing, give it a time that you want it to idle at the throne. I'm gonna do like 13. And then I'll do a linked ref from the throne to the next patrol idle marker. There we go. Now you can see we have this linked up, and also double click on the patrol idle marker here and give it a patrol data of, I don't know, like 11. So now our Frost Warlock will walk to the bookcase and stand there for, 13 seconds. Then he'll walk to the throne and sit in the throne for like 11, 12 seconds. And then he'll walk to the patrol idle marker here and stand there for a set amount of time. And then what happens when he's done at this patrol idle marker is he'll ping pong back through the chain. So he'll go back down to the throne, to the bookcase, then from the bookcase to the throne, to this other bookcase here. So that's how this chain will play out, which is fine. This is what we want for this room, where you can, set up the chain differently, move the markers somewhere else if you want, whatever. So that's that room. Now let's go to our last room here that isn't our boss room. The boss room over here, you'll set up later. You'll learn to set up an ambush, a boss ambush or whatever. But in this room, we're going to do something pretty close to what we did before, but just with a little bit of a twist to it. So in this one, let's drop in a LVL Warlock Necromancer. There we go, and I'll just do the regular LVL Warlock Necromancer, drop him in right here. There we go. And then the other type of actor that we're going to be using here is a encounter skeleton. So do E and C skeleton. There we go. And you can pick one-handed, two-handed, whatever. I'm going to do a missile skeleton. He'll probably have a bow. And I'll drop him right here. There we go. And let's see. So what we want to have happen here is we want this Necromancer to wander around the room at preset points. Just like pretty close to what we did before. But we're going to use different patrol idle markers. The first one, though, is the regular one. We'll do a patrol idle marker and drag that in, and we'll put it right here by this sarcophagus here, kind of just pointed at it. And then the other one we'll use is let's see, I think this one is going to be a warm hands idle marker. So do warm hands, and we're going to use the standing one. The reason we're going to do that is we know that this fire right here is about standing height for an actor to warm their hands. As you can see, if I focus on this one here with Shift F, you can see that's about standing height for warming your hands. That means when the actor is actually at this patrol point, they'll go into the stand and warm hands idle animation. There's also crouch, or there's warm hands idle, which is they'll pick between this one or this one when you have this one selected, but we'll use the stand one for now. And then the other idle marker we're going to use is searching table. Searching table idle marker. So drag that in just behind this, this pedestal here. Kind of get it roughly in a position, doesn't need to be perfect. And there we go. So now let's do the same thing we did before. We will double click on our actor, our Necromancer, give him a linked ref to the first patrol idle marker, hit OK. And patrol idle marker, we'll give him patrol data of about 13 seconds, and then link the patrol idle marker to the warm hands stand idle marker, hit OK. And then give that patrol data of, like 15 seconds. Then link that to the search table idle marker behind the pedestal over here. Hit OK. Move this guy over here a little bit. And then the searching table idle marker, give it a patrol data of whatever amount of time you want, and hit OK. Now if you look, it's set up exactly like our other one, which is he's going to walk here, stand here and do an idle, stand here, do an idle, and stand here, do an idle, and then he'll ping pong back through them. But in this case, we want him to loop between them. We want him to go here, 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 and here instead of ping ponging back and forth. To do that, it's as simple as link refing your last point in the chain to your first point in the chain and hitting OK. And there we go. Now this guy here will just circle through these 3 points. And then what we're going to do with the skeleton is have him follow the Necromancer around, as if it's a Necromancer's like minion or something. So double click on the skeleton, go to linked ref, and link ref the skeleton to the Necromancer. And that's it. The skeleton also has a default master package, which tells him if I'm linked to another actor, follow, instead of use it as a patrol point. So that's what will happen here. This Necromancer will wander between these 3 points in a loop, and the skeleton will follow him around. Now the last thing you want to do is set the difficulty of each of these encounters. So let's just, the first one is fine on easy. That's perfectly fine. The second one will probably set to kind of a medium difficulty. So double click on him, go to leveled actor tab and set it to medium and hit OK, and that makes him yellow color. And then our Necromancer here, double click on him and set him to hard. You'll see he comes out orange, and he's going to be adequately difficult because he also has a skeleton following him around, but that's fine. So when you do the boss, which is in a later tutorial, he'll probably be set to very hard. And there we go. We have a 1-point patrol, a 3-point ping pong patrol where he goes back and forth between these 3 points. Then we have a 3-point looping patrol with a follower where our Necromancer will loop between these 3 points with a skeleton following. So that is basic encounters.
What do hidden spikes, noxious gases, and gravy drinking contests have in common? Find out next time as we enter the exciting world of deadly traps with Drew Langlois. For now, visit creationkit.com for more modding help.